Okay. Got out coached, got out played today. They were a hungry team. We knew that they were capable of this. We'd seen it on tape. And it was not good enough in any phase, coaching, playing, any of our three phases that we have today. Ton of credit to them, their coaches, their players. They came out hungry. They took it to us.
Did some of the stuff that you spoke of as concerns last week at this time kind of show up today? The complacency, confidence, whatever, overconfidence?
Yeah, I thought there was some attention to detail that we're not used to seeing that happen today. You know, I can speak offensively. You got first and goal on the inch-yard line. You come away with no points. You lose a bunch of yards, you know, on many plays in that drive. And then, you know, we had a drive down the red zone, 4-point play, missed opportunity on third down, had to kick a field goal, ended up losing the game by 3 points. Defensively, the tackling was you know, as bad as it's been in a long time, you know, and I think everybody's got to be accountable to that. And then special teams, we gave up the big return right before the half. You know, that put them in a position to go down there and score before halftime and get them some momentum. So just the things that we've been good at, we were not today, and that's all it comes down to.
Zach, why was Mike White so effective today?
He did a great job playing on time. You know, they kept him clean. They did a great job on their protections. He got out quick against the pressure. You know, we'll have to see what the issues were in coverage because there were some open guys, and he found them. So, again, he had a great game. Credit to him. He came out and was ready to play.
Zach, two calls. One on the roughing the passer on Mike White. Did you get an explanation on that? And a Mike Hilton personal foul at the end?
Yeah, it shouldn't come down to those plays. You know, we should just play better to not be in a position for that stuff to matter.
Did you receive an explanation, though?
Yeah.
Double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. Like, was there something just that happened at that moment where maybe you let your foot off the gas?
You know, that's where we needed a big stop. And they went down and scored the 6 points. They missed the 2-point conversion, but they went down and scored, and really a stop right there would have done it for us. And there was a lot of missed tackles on that drive, a lot of missed tackles. And then you turn around, you know, on our first play, they get the tip ball pick. That's tough. We're throwing a screen to Jamar. We feel good about the play. It's going to get us a good drive starter. Keep the clock going, get the ball in a good player's hands, and they tipped it, and they made a great play, and then they finished it off.
I know you'll get the film later, but when you look at the stat sheet and you give up 511 yards on defense, what bothers you most about that?
Really the tackling. You know, my first question would be how many yards after contact were there? That's the first thing that stood out to me. I'm sure there's other issues, but that's the first thing that stood out.
What is that a symptom of?
What's that?
What is that a symptom of?
We haven't seen it all year. You know, we've been really good in that area. So, again, we just got to turn our focus towards Cleveland and move on.
What did you think of Joe today, Earl?
I thought he handled things pretty well. You know, it's a couple sacks. There weren't guys wide open on those plays, you know, and he's trying to extend one of them, and then the pocket just collapsed on one. But I thought he saw the field pretty well and was accurate. I don't remember him missing many throws.
How pleased were you to see Joe Burrow and T. Higgins finally connect on some of those deep balls today?
It was good. You know, that's a play we've carried for a long time. And it was a great throw, great catch. Got us some momentum there because we needed that at that point in the half. So, again, we needed that moment. It put us in a good spot.
Sorry. Was there any indication during the week, Zach, that this was a possibility?
No, this was always in the back of your mind coming off a win against Baltimore. And, you know, we spent a lot of time making sure that we were focused, you know, because I was looking for any warning signs that this would appear during the week. I didn't see any. And again, there was times in this game we were in good position. You know, 31-20 should be a position for us to be able to kind of put our foot on the throat there in the game. And we just didn't handle it well enough in either phase.
You mentioned the tackling a couple of times. Was that kind of the game plan to keep everything in front, tackle the ball, and just make Mike White try to go down the field?
You know, when you got a new quarterback like that, you generally the plan is going to be get the ball out of his hands, give him some stuff that makes him comfortable. That's what we would typically do. And they really just moved the ball down the field. It wasn't big explosive plays. The explosives seemed to come mostly off of some missed tackle opportunities, you know, in space. And so, you know, I felt good about the plan going into the game. But I thought during the game we didn't coach well enough, starting with me, and we didn't play well enough for the players.
Zach, how much does this undo maybe a lot of does this undo any of the work that you guys have done up until this point?
No, just like we're not going to ride high after we beat Baltimore, we're not going to ride low after we lose a game like this. Everything that we set out to do in training camp is still right in front of us. We have a huge divisional game versus our third opponent that we played. We have a chance to regain pulling momentum, you know, coming out of this weekend. And so it's just as we had to get over that last game, we got to get over this game very quickly and move forward because we're still in a great position. if we take care of business.
That being said, do you feel like the lack of attention to detail may stem from maybe riding a little bit too high after?
I think what's important is that we don't overreact. We make the corrections, we're accountable for what happened, and we don't overreact to any win or any loss.
Did
How-
Jackson Carmen check out okay? He was down for a while.
Yeah, it seemed to be a back issue, so I don't have further details on that one yet.
You were having a spirited conversation with the officials a couple plays after the personal foul on Mike. Was there a procedural thing going on there, or were you asking about the personal foul call?
It might have been trying to call timeout, clock running, trying to get somebody's attention to call timeout after that 3rd and 1 maybe.
Zach, is there a unique challenge in coming back from a loss like this, or that maybe that hasn't been posed to you all in previous years?
I don't think so. I think our guys are mature enough and professional enough to be able to put this one behind us when we need to. We'll clean it up tomorrow, and then Tuesday's the player day off, and you move forward to Cleveland. So it's a long season. You're going to have highs and lows, and games you should have won that you didn't, games maybe people didn't think you're going to win that you did, and games that come down to the last second. And you just got to be able to be consistent throughout with your approach. I'm not going to change who I am. The players don't need to change who they are. It's emotional when you lose a game like this. But that's part of being a pro and being able to move on.
Any more questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. game, Zach said he didn't see anything in the week that led up to signs that something like this could happen today. Did you?
No, we had a good week of practice. We just, they were the better team today. That's all it comes down to. They beat us.
Did you guys feel like y'all were? Was there a hangover effect in your mind from the Baltimore win?
I don't think so. I mean, we had, like I said, we had a really good week of practice. We came out intense at practice every single day, and just came out flat today.
How much do you look back on that first drive, Joe, when you guys get the ball, or the second drive, at the 1 yard line after Jesse's return? What went wrong on that drive?
We had a lot of opportunities that we didn't capitalize on today. That's one of them.
How pleased were you to finally get your deep ball connection with T. Higgins going? I know that's something you guys have been working on for a while this season.
Yeah, T played well today. Just didn't do enough. None of us did.
What happened on that play, that third down throw in the end zone to Tyler Boyd? And just, it seemed like you were frustrated. Kind of what happened on that play?
Just a miscommunication. That's all I got for you.
Someone go the wrong way, or were they not supposed to both be there?
Didn't execute the play the way we were supposed to.
What do you think you might learn from this?
You can learn a lot from every loss, and we'll go back and watch the film and show where we weren't good enough. And that's, you don't play well enough in this league, you're going to get beat by anybody.
The interception, it looked like the guy just kind of came out of nowhere on the tip ball.
Yeah, he made a good play. It was not really anything different for anybody to do there. He just made a good play on the ball.
Up until that point, did y'all feel like y'all were able to rally pretty well? It seemed like y'all were kind of sputtering for most of that game, and then the defense gets stopped, y'all go down, have the best drive. What was it feeling like right before, I guess you guys took the field going into before the pick?
Yeah, we had, we answered their blows. They gave us their best shot, and we answered it. Went up two scores, and then you got to give credit to them. They came out and executed really well and went right down the field, and then we had the turnover, and then they scored on the first play. So it is what it is. It stinks, but there's a lot of football left to be played.
How valuable can this loss be, Joe? I mean, can it help you?
I mean, you learn from every loss. I wouldn't say it's a valuable loss. Every loss sucks and stings, but we're gonna get better for it.
Do you think you guys still, does this show you guys maybe need to mature still even a little more?
Yeah, I think we just have to come in focused every single day, and like I said, we come out flat. Any team in this league can beat any team, so we just can't come out flat in any game.
How would you evaluate your performance?
I thought I played well overall. There's maybe one or two throws that I'd like to have back that maybe I missed, but I think overall I played pretty well.
I know you're focused more on the Jets defense, but do you marvel at all playing the same position as Mike White, what he was able to do in his first career start?
Yeah, he was impressive. He played really well, and I told him that after the game. Congrats to him. First start playing that way against our defense, who's been really, really good, all season. So, congrats to him. It's exciting for him and his family.
Did they do anything, Joe, to take away the runs? Did they do anything in particular? Because there was just nothing there. Did they do anything you hadn't seen, or was there anything?
They're really good inside. That's the strength of their team is their defensive line, and they showed it today.
Joe, what's the toughest part about being a team playing with expectations?
I don't think there's anything like that. I think our expectations of ourselves are higher than everybody else's. So my expectations were just as high last year as they are this year of myself and of our team. So losing stings, but we'll be better for it. Good.
Thank you.